this bullshit. I'm about to roll up at Planet Fitness. I'm about to roll up at Boost Mobile and be like, what the hell, y'all? So pretty out. So I'm going to get food. I just got out of court. You set my world on fire. I'm fighting the urge to buy coffee instead, but I need to eat first. Oh my God, the traffic. What is today? It's Thursday. Jeez. I think it was a Friday at 5. Ooh. When I get my food, we'll talk about court. I'm decompressing. I'm decompressing. I'm wondering when I should start heading south. I definitely need to stay until I got school completely set up. I am kind of thankful that I can take classes online and those credits will go towards a degree, but I can also pick those classes to help me with my channel. You know what I mean? Like taking like computer classes and stuff like that, literature classes, reading, writing, all of that will help with my channel. So it's like I'm getting to get educated for free, and I'm killing two birds with one stone. You know what I mean? Because it's helping me with my channel, and it'll also go, the credits will go towards my degree, and it's all for free. Why was I gonna go to damn Florida State at Jacksonville? What is wrong with me? You know why? Because of social pressures, but keeping up with the Jones. Because all my friends went there, all my friends taught there, so I wanted to go there. You know, and it might have been a great thing for me and a great opportunity to go to Florida State at Jacksonville. It's North Florida State at Jacksonville, sorry. And it might have been a great opportunity, but not for 60 grand. Sorry. You know, when I can go for 6 grand, get a whole 2-year degree for 6 grand. Ain't that crazy? I'm hoping the Chinese place is open because I am starving. I can't really think when I'm hungry like this. I did have some protein for breakfast, but oh my God, it's 11 o'clock. They ain't open. Sure not. Or are they? I think they're about to open, but they're not yet. Shit. What do I want then? We ain't got too many options. Subway, McDonald's. Yeah, I forget sometimes how imperative it is to eat because you can't think or focus. And I've realized it's took me 18 months. I mean, it's took me my whole life, but really I honed in on the fact that my mood is not good when I haven't eaten. About 18 months ago, I started to pick up on this. And really, when I came off the suboxone, that's when I realized how important food was to my system. That's when I really realized, like, I don't know how to explain it. There's a fine line you have to walk to not be gluttonous, but also eat enough to be fulfilled. You know, there's a thin line there too. A very thin line. So I don't know, I just I'm grateful that I've been focusing on my physical well-being and my mental well-being when it comes to my dietary, whatever you want to call it, because it's so imperative. You know, and the reason I talk about these things is because I want people to understand what it's like to be homeless. I want people to understand that it would be damn near impossible to go out and look for a damn job if you haven't eaten in a week. Physically speaking, You would be so malnourished that you wouldn't even have the physical capabilities to walk at that point. That's what I find interesting, is that society tells these people who have been, most of them have been done wrong by some sort of system, disproportionately. I find it interesting that society says, get a job, you fucking bum. And society is the one that put them in the box to begin with in most cases. Most cases, and I say this because people vote for policies that raise rent. People vote for certain candidates that change laws and bring chaos to communities. They don't care about the small people, the lower middle class. You know, they tried to kill us. They tried to kill us. I don't care what anybody says. And there was something bigger going on behind the scenes. And you know why I feel this way? Because of California on fire right now. Tell me why there is a girl that made statements 6 months prior to California being set on fire that California was going to burn. How did she know that? She's linked to the P. Diddy case. How did she know? And why was she warning the general public that California was going to burn? She says, quote, look for the fires. They'll be a distraction to destroy evidence. Guess whose house burned? P. Diddy's. How many other celebrity homes have burned in this fire? And will we ever see the list? I know one thing. Trump said he was going to release the Epstein list, so we should have that soon. But what about the P. Diddy list? Where's that at? Y'all, I don't know. Listen, I go back and forth. 1 minute, I'm like, direct energy weapons are not real. And then I'll watch a damn documentary and I'm like, wait a minute. This shit don't even make sense. If it don't make sense, it's a lie. So I go back and forth. Listen, am I saying that, you know, no, absolutely not. There were no direct energy weapons used in my belief in any of these fires. But were the fires intentionally set? Now that's a whole different theory that absolutely needs to be explored, because we've caught people setting fires. Okay, they've arrested people that appeared to be doing some shady shit near fires. So it is alleged that some of these fires haven't been intentionally set. Who's to say people that were close to the P. Diddy case didn't get this shit popping off to destroy evidence, homes, places, locations? I don't know. I'm not saying that that's the case. I do believe that it's a natural disaster. But I know y'all like conspiracies, so let's talk about it. And apparently I like conspiracies too, because I was fully immersed in this girl. She was one of his accusers. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about, she did a podcast with Jaguar White, right? And I can't think of her darn name, but if you know, you know, and I might post some clips of her talking about it. But it wasn't even 3 to 6 months before California, you know, got set on fire, that this girl was linked to the P. Diddy case, and she said, wait for the fires. They're going to do it as a distraction. Just wait for the fires. Pay attention, she said. I said, damn, that bitch is as good as I am. Making all these predictions, calling that shit out. I said, damn, she's better than I am. What am I talking about? How'd she know that? How'd she know that? I don't know, but she called it, and it might be a coincidence. You know, she might have looked at damn Maui burning and thought that maybe, you know, that could happen in California. She was just making an educated guess. I don't think so, though. I don't think so, because she gives a whole minute and a half spiel about what's to come because P. Diddy was arrested. So, I don't know. It's kind of a coinky dink, and y'all know I don't believe in coincidences. I don't know. And who's to say they didn't start 1 or 2 fires? We about to eat some unhealthy shit, y'all. Who's to say they didn't start 1 or 2 fires near certain homes to actually destroy evidence, and then the shit just got out of hand because of the weather? I don't know. But all them looters that are being arrested, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Like, you are literally robbing people at their lowest of lows. Their house is damn about to get burned to the ground, and you're robbing them? I mean, that's evil. That's the evil that I talk about. You either got it or you don't. It's plain and simple. Like, y'all know I ain't a thief. I'll go hungry before I steal. But, and there's been plenty of times where I would have been justified stealing me some damn groceries. I got a conscience, though. But to prey upon people in their most vulnerable moment, you're evil. You're the bottom of the barrel.
Welcome to Taco Bell. Are you checking out with your mobile app today?
No, ma'am.
What would you like?
Can I try your $5 classic lunchbox? I don't know what that is.
But you said the classic deluxe box?
The classic lunchbox. Yeah, the $5 one. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, sweet tea's fine. Damn, it's cold, yeah. 37 degrees. Thank you. I don't know about that. I probably wouldn't have got it if I knew that they were damn, if it came with a drink, but whatever. I guess that's what I was paying for. That's not good. Thank you.
You're welcome to right now.
No problem. Oh God, people are so stupid. Oh Lord. I'm so stressed out. Mainly about money and about what I'm going to do about my truck payment and how I'm going to get my tags done and how I'm going to pay my insurance. What I'm going to do. I don't know. You know, this caused me so many problems. You know, financially, like, I was making just enough money to be able to take care of myself, and then I go to jail for crimes I didn't do. And it messed everything up. It messed everything up for me. Everything. I texted my bondsman a while ago. I was like, I just wanted to say thank you. Da 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 da. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. God damn, I'm so hungry. Can I just start with, I think that public defenders are overworked and it's not fair. And that process gets even worse the pettier the crimes. So like me, I was in district court. That's right next to like traffic court, okay? It's misdemeanors. It's petty crimes, okay? It's like stealing a steak from Walmart or being at your mama's house when she told you not to be there and they got you for trespassing, or you were intoxicated in public, or you got a DWI, or that's a misdemeanor, surprisingly, but yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know if it should be a felony. It's more of a substance abuse issue, in my opinion. Speaking of which, there was a guy in court that freaking had like 3 or 4 felonies, or maybe even more than that. Firearm obtained by under false pretenses or something. Cocaine charges. And as soon as they said that, I said, oh God, he's on that crack, honey. He's on that crack. What did I tell you about them hard drugs? Anyways, misdemeanor court is petty crime. And so in my experience, public defenders that work on that side, they get a lot more cases than attorneys that are handling federal crimes or felonies, superior court. So, you know, this was only 3 months. Let me be clear. 3 months. October, actually, November, December, and we're in the middle of January. There is no way on God's green earth that you can get due process in less than 3 months of a case. It's just crazy to me that this is the system that we have built. Do you know what that means, right? It means that there's a lot more innocent people out here than I actually originally thought. Once again, every time I learn something new, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. I thought we maybe had 100,000. Oh no, it's like 250,000. Oh wait, what about all the people from the past that have been charged and they didn't get due process? They didn't get a proper representation because their lawyer couldn't properly represent them because their lawyer had 500 damn cases on his desk and he only had 2 minutes to spare. And 2.5 months of work. First of all, I wanted both of these girls drug history and their criminal histories pulled into the spotlight. If you're going to pull mine out, let's talk about theirs too, because we need to talk about the accuser's past. We need to talk about the accuser's characteristics and characters. You know what I mean? How they behave. I could see that when I said something, he's like, oh no, we can't do that. So what that means is you have to put your faith in front of a judge, and hope that she believes you. I don't even know if I want this. And let me just tell you, the judge that was in there today didn't look like she was too happy about life. What is on this? I have no idea. Looks like cheese, beans. We'll try it. She didn't look like she was too happy to be there today. Yeah, that one guy that had all those criminal charges. He was in jail. He was in jail. Hey, Laura. So both of the charges will be dismissed. And I'm grateful for that. But it's going to be a small process. You know, back to what I was talking about. And I'll get back to that in a minute. That's why I don't look at comments. These lawyers have so many cases, they don't have ample time to properly represent anyone. I met with my attorney in person twice. I talked to him for a period of maybe 8 to 10 minutes both times. Are you here to tell me that a 20-minute conversation, that's representation? A 20-minute conversation to prepare for a trial or to prepare to how to handle this case, to come up with a proper defense. That's another thing I noticed. He didn't want to come up with a defense. And that tells me that he's used to not being able to fight these charges because his hands are tied. I've told y'all that this is a game. Like, it's like you know how we're frenemies with other countries? It's the same system in the courthouse. Okay? It's the same system in the courthouse. They're working together for the best outcome. For the best outcome for them, in my opinion, for money. But they didn't order me to pay any money or anything. I don't have anything to do. Come July, both of the charges will be off my record. They're dismissed. So, I guess I got what I want, not in the way that I wanted it. But fuck it. You know, it could be worse. I could be them two bitches. It's not bad, but it's a lot of taco. So I can resume with my life. I don't have to stress about any more of that crap. Finally head home. I gotta wait till I get school all set up. There's also some kind of taco supreme in here. And you know, I bet that judge is overworked too. I bet she's got a hell and shit in Superior Court, District Court, Child Custody Court. Well, maybe not. Criminal and divorce and custody are separate. So, I don't know. I bet everybody in that courthouse is overworked and underpaid. The system is so broken. Extremely broken. Damn up. That's why I don't buy these. But they are, I mean, it's a texture thing. It kind of takes you back to like 1994, don't it? Were those even made yet? I mean, they're not bad. But I'm not staying here. I live in Florida. The next time I see the Carpinos is when I have $3,000 to hire an attorney and pull their ass in court. Because I'm doing it different next time. I'm going to do it a little different. They're not even worth talking about. They're a waste of human life. They're evil. And they're going to burn in hell for all the harm that they've caused young girls. Absolutely burn in hell. Oh, that actually gives me a little peace. A little tingle. That's the great thing about God. You know He's got your back. You know He's got your back, babe. He does. 100%. That's the only person that has your back. Let's see here. I need to check my email so bad. Oh, God. I mean, I'm not saying that my lawyer didn't do a good job. He did a good job. He got the outcome that I ultimately wanted in some sense. But it's one of those things where there comes a moment where you realize that his hands are kind of tied. And due to the fact that he's a public defender, he doesn't have the pull that he would have if he was a hired attorney. My old attorney, y'all, he knew everybody. He knew everybody. Bruce knew everybody. Bruce knows everybody. He's been a criminal defense attorney for probably at least 30 years. At least 30 years. Best attorney I ever had. But expensive as hell. It's going to start off at like $5 and start going up. $5,000. So, I don't know. I just, I need water, first of all. Yeah. Where's the damn water? Oh. You know, I guess the biggest thing for me is to just be grateful that God took care of this for me, because it could have really been bad for me. I could have lost everything. I mean, I almost did, and I did halfway, you know. So I'm just glad that God took care of it, and these are going to be dismissed. The communicating threats will be dismissed in July, and the assault was dismissed today. So I got the outcome I wanted. You know, I was going down the road and I was like, did I really expect an apology? No. I say a lot of stuff out of anger. No, I never expected an apology. Adults don't behave that way. You have a better chance of getting an apology out of a 2-year-old than a 22 or a 42-year-old. Ain't that sad? But it's so true. It's so true. And this is why Michael hung around with kids. Kids don't have a propensity to be evil and manipulative like that until a certain age, you know. Maybe, you know, middle school, they start picking up on their own. They come into their own and they start, you know, maybe developing little characteristics that are maybe not the best characteristics. But all in all, most kids are innocent and they behave as such. And they don't, you know, you'd have a better chance of getting an apology out of them than an adult. But no, I didn't. Let's see here. Yeah, that guy. So they pull him out of the jailhouse. He was arrested. He got caught with a gun. He had possession of cocaine, and I do believe that he had brought it into the jail, but I mistaken on that. I could have swore they said in the facility, which would have been in the corrections facility, which is a whole another charge in itself. Like, if you bring marijuana into a jail with you when you are arrested, you're going to jail for a felony. It doesn't matter that it was marijuana, because you brought drugs to that facility, so it makes it a felony. So, you know, and I could be wrong about that. It's probably city, state, different cities, states, you know. Oh, y'all, sorry, side note. I heard that Carrie Underwood is suing the View. Everybody is suing the View. Everybody. Salvador, hey, it went well. They're going to be dismissed. The simple assault was dismissed this morning, and the communicating threats will be dismissed in July. Or June. July. So it went well. It's just not the outcome that I necessarily wanted. But, you know, I get to go back to living my life. I don't have anything preventing me from doing that, from working, from, you know, living my life. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go back to living my life. I got something in my eye. I need... Making sure I ain't got tacos in my teeth. We just ate. Thank you. You know, something I was thinking about was this experience has taught me a lot about different, what's the word? Socioeconomic. No, that's not the right word, Brooke. This has taught me a lot about different social classes. You get different types of behavior, bad and good, pros and cons, with different social classes of people. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can't help but notice that if I might not have been in a Planet Fitness, none of this might not have went down. Who wants to agree that my first mistake was going to the worst rated gym in the country? Okay, the gym that allows men in female spaces. See, that was my mistake. Remember, I was too open about the fact that I didn't appreciate that. Remember, when I caught men in my female space, I filmed it and posted it because it's wrong. What if it was your daughter? We got to come back down to normalcy in this country. We need a baseline of reality, okay? Like, people have lost their minds. But, you know, it caused a lot of problems because I'm open about the fact of who I am and what I stand for. And, you know, I think you're kind of crazy if you don't stand for some of the things I stand for. If I'm just being honest, like, you ain't got to agree with me on everything, but you need to at least agree that God is king, that we are all stupid, and life is about virtue, okay? We have purpose here, and it's not instant gratification, self-motivated BS. There's a purpose to life. If you can't agree on that, then I don't know if you're a decent human. I don't know about that. And God is king. I woke up last night. Oh God, I said so many prayers yesterday. And then this morning I woke up praying, and then, I don't know. Sometimes I can feel him, and then other times, you know, when I'm going through financial insecurities, I'm just like, God, what do you want me to do? You don't want me to go back to the titty bar. You sure as hell don't want me working in a restaurant where I got to sell my body to make money. So what do you want me to do, God? You know, it's one of those things. It's like, I've worked this hard to get away from all of this evil. Sometimes I wonder when he's going to start rewarding me, but I guess he does reward me in little ways. But, you know, I don't consider this a reward. Yeah, it's a win that these charges are that they're dismissed, but this has caused me so much heartache, financial, you know, the reason I don't have my truck payment is because of this. The bond money, all of that stuff adds up. All of it adds up. And I still owe her money. So, you know, it's just, they put me in a bad position because that's what people do. And I can't help but notice that if I would have been in an LA Fitness or in a damn Orange Theory, that things would have went completely different. And I hear good things about LA Fitness when it comes to van lifers. But I don't know if those accounts are true. They say the same thing about Planet Fitness, and Planet Fitness should not be an option for anyone to be sleeping in the parking lot. A, it's not safe. They have too many shootings, killings, people that get just kidnapped out the damn parking lot. It happens every damn day. A few months ago, they found a whole dead body, I'm sorry, in the tanning bed, and it had been in there for like 4 days. How do you not know there's a dead body in a tanning bed when you allowed that person to go tan in there, and it's your job to make sure that nobody's dead in the tanning bed? Oh, God. Yeah, 1-star rated gyms was my first mistake. Okay, so first of all, I had read in 3 different reports. I told you guys something wrong the other day. I said that Biden had approved to full relief for California. I read that in like 3 reports. So maybe I don't understand. Listen, this is why I hate the media, because you read something, you go and you verify it, and then 2 days later, he's like, oh, we're going to give them $770 or something. And I'm like, wait a minute. I read 3 different reports that said he was going to give them full relief for California. I don't know what's going on with that. Another thing, Donald Trump is absolutely for real about buying Greenland. He is. Y'all know I was telling you the other day, I don't know if he's for real. Why is he saying this? Where is this coming from? So let me tell you the story on why he wants to buy Greenland. The reason he wants to buy Greenland is because there is a military base that they want to expand, and it's in the listen, hold on. And it's pronounced Nuke, not Nook. See? Progress, baby steps. Greenland. That's so funny. So, I don't know if that's it. The Toulouse Air Base, okay? Space Force is out there and all of that. And so, they want to expand. And, listen, I don't think you can just buy a country. I think that if Greenland wanted to have like dual citizenship, or if I don't even know how that would work. Because if they become part of the states, then wouldn't they be an American citizen? Listen, I'm not a custody attorney, okay? I'm not a continent custody attorney. I don't know, but I know that it would be great I think that it would be great. I mean, I think that it would be cool if we bought Greenland. Like, how cool would it be to be able to travel to Greenland and not even need your passport? Like, However, I've seen street interviews. There's 2 or 3 guys that I follow on YouTube that like to go out and do street interviews. And one of them went out and interviewed people of Greenland. And I would say it was about a 70 to 30. 30% of people in Greenland were in favor of Donald Trump purchasing, for lack of a better word, Greenland, and about 70% were completely against it. So it would be great. Listen, the whole continent of Greenland only has 57,000 residents, I do believe. It's a small ass place, y'all. I could understand why you would want to keep it small like that, though, because y'all know I hate overpopulated areas. Greenland leader says he doesn't. Hold on. So the Greenland leader says his people don't want to be Americans. They want to be Greenland. So this is what I was talking about. How does this happen to make everybody happy? So, the guy's videos that I watched, he was offering them money. He was going up to these people in the street that live in Greenland, and he was saying, hey, if the U.S. bought Greenland for $5 billion, would you be happy with X amount of money to become an American citizen? And like I said, about 30-70. And that's just a basic statistic. Hold on a second. How do I go to look up what the population of Greenland is? You guys, I think it's around less than 60,000 people. Now, I could be wrong. Once again, I called Nook the other day. So baby steps. Oh, so he is absolutely for real, and it would be to extend that base and to, you know, have that area, that Arctic area, is a strategic, where Greenland is very strategically placed for us to have access to other countries and stuff. And hold on one second, there was an article that dropped a few hours ago. I doubt it would happen. And you know, who's to say? First of all, he ran for presidency and he didn't even say anything about this. This comes out of left field. Where did this even come from? We were talking about immigration, abortion rights, its economy, and he comes out of left field talking about taking over the Panama Canal and Greenland. I'm almost wondering if it's one of those, look over here while we're over here, you know? I don't know, because it's so far-fetched, you know? He's not going to go take over the damn Panama Canal. I mean, I guess he could if he wanted to, but both of them are so far-fetched. It's like, look over here. It won't let me get into it. I'm so sick of the media. So anyways, that's what that is about. And Carrie Underwood... Melania Trump and Trump are all suing media right now. Oh, and Elon Musk, I do believe. I think I saw somewhere where Elon's suing somebody, y'all, for $100 million. Elon sues who? Them women on The View are so jealous. They sit there and talked about Carrie Underwood like she was dirt. Jealous. Do you hear me? I mean, like I said, I am glad that they got dismissed, but I am not happy about the entire situation. I'm still mad about the entire situation because it should have never happened. I should have gotten a phone call that day by the officer that responded to this fake call. I should have got a phone call, and at the very least, I should have been interviewed so I could have given my side of the story. But there was none of that because they wanted to lock me up, because they had already had several interactions with me from people off the internet calling the law, making false police reports. You know, but do they investigate people for actually committing crimes like falsifying reports to the police? No. They just come at me screaming and hollering. And why is everybody giving Musk such a hard time about being close with Trump? Let me tell you something. This is my outside psychological on Trump's relationship with Elon Musk. Elon Musk had a volatile, abusive upbringing by his own biological father. In my opinion, this is why we see Elon suffering from a little bit of detachment from his own children. Opinion. Trump, however, is a very loving, accepting, guiding father. He does what he's supposed to do. He does his fatherly duties, and he does them well. Now, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but what we do know about Trump is he doesn't drink, he doesn't drug, so it's not like he's getting drunk and then smacking his family around behind closed doors. I can promise you he's not doing that, okay? In my opinion, Elon has a huge respect for Trump, and I think that Trump has a huge, and I think that this has a lot to do with business and also, you know, Dodge, whatever you want to call it, the new department that Elon is going to be in. However, I do think there's more to it than that. I think that there is potential that Trump could be kind of like the father figure that Elon never had. His own father doesn't respect him. His own father talks poorly about Elon. And what it is it's sheer jealousy. It's envy for Elon's success. Anyone with two brain cells to rub together can see that in these interviews. There's tons of them. I might post some of them someday. We can analyze these things together because that's what we're going to be doing more of this year. But Elon's father was never the type of father that Elon needed or wanted. And I do think that Elon suffers in his interpersonal relationships with his own children because of this. And I think that Trump is probably probably the best person for Elon to be influenced by. And these men are making history right now, and I am here for it. I love it. I love it. I do think that there's more of a I think that there could be, in my opinion, there could be some kind of father-son dynamic going on in this relationship. And I think Elon needs that for his own kids, for the future of his kids. He needs to learn how to connect with people differently than what he's used to, and I get it. I'm detached. Honey, let me tell you, I am completely incapable. And I wonder, is it like that I don't want to, or is it that I'm scared to, or I'm completely detached. I don't know how to have relationships, okay? Like, I do, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, I know what's healthy, but do I want to put myself through that again? You know what I mean? So I'm detached. I'm just being honest. I've said this plenty of times. Like, I suffer from attachment disorder. I've suffered from it since a child, and it comes from maternal deprivation, you know, being denied love and attention as a child. So, you know, is it my fault? And that's the same thing that happened to Elon. That's the same thing that happened to Elon. His father was never accepting of him. His father never told him he loved him. His father always looked down on, you know, everything he did. Elon would make these huge successes, and then his father would kick him down. So, you know, when you grow up with overbearing parents who are always saying that you're doing stuff wrong, I don't know. I feel bad for Elon. I don't think he's the best guy on earth, and I think he's had his moments, but we all have a past, baby. And what I've seen, the way that I've seen Elon and Trump almost do a 360 in character, okay, in the past, like 10 years? Both of them went from blatant womanizers, misogynistic behavior, to a level of maturity that we don't see in a lot of men. They've actually turned things around in a sense, you know. They were both womanizers. They're sleeping around. They're fornicating behind their wives' backs. Listen, I'm not judging them. I'm just saying that they've made huge mistakes. And the person that we have, both of these people, Elon and Trump, they've made huge changes. Their characteristics that they're showing us today is different people. So people can change. And I'm not saying that they're the most perfect men on earth, but they are the people that is in charge of this country. And so we need to support them so that they can support us, because this is a teamwork effort. So it looks like what is this? What is an... Oh, Lord, yo. What is an acquisition? Why do I gotta be so dumb? Mama. Daddy, what did y'all do to me? What is an acquisition, y'all? Is that like an audit? Oh, God, does anybody know what an acquisition? No, not accusations, acquisition. So...
We ready?
So is that where they looking? Yes, that's what I'm looking for, Salvador. Yes, that's what I'm looking at. What is an acquisition? Did they dig through his finances when he bought Twitter, and they thought, because he owns stock in Twitter, and that's the problem apparently. So it looks like the SEC offered to settle the case for $178 million, as well as $40 million penalty and $45 million in interest. I don't see. This is why I'm going to school, because I want to understand what's going on in this article. So apparently Elon Musk is being, it says Elon Musk underpaid Twitter acquisition by $150 million by not disclosing stake. So it looks like he owns stake in the company or whatever, and he didn't disclose this, and because of that, he got a cheaper deal. Okay, thank you. Okay, listen, it's wrong. It's wrong. But I ain't mad at it. I mean, listen, it's wrong. It's not what I would have done. I would have been like, listen, I got steak. I go into all my business endeavors with clean hands. Remember that clean hand doctrine. So it was wrong, you know, if he faces penalties, like I said about the Trump thing, and I know that it's an unpopular opinion, but Trump was wrong when he paid Stormy Daniels hush money, y'all. I know y'all don't agree with me, and it's all right. But that's why I'm autistic and y'all are not. I'm joking. That's why I think I have autism, okay? Because I could never say, oh, he should have paid her the money because of the election. It didn't need to come out. Absolutely not. Right is right and wrong is wrong, and he was wrong. He was wrong to be mixed up with that hooker anyways. Let's be honest. She's a hooker, looking for a meal ticket, riding on his coattails, whispering words of... Never mind. Oh, I might get violated, get a violation for saying that. Yeah, so it looks like, I was looking though, I saw that Elon's suing somebody. I think that, I kind of like that we can look at people like, their past. Certain men, certain women. I'm trying to think of some women that have kind of turned it around. Oh, Lindsay Lohan. Oh my God. Yes, girl is out here killing it. First of all, she looks gorgeous. Can I have your plastic surgeon's number, please? Second of all, she turned it all around. She turned it all around. And it looks like Amanda Bynes is kind of out here doing the same thing, because she recently had an art show. She even opened a channel on YouTube. She posted this art show and it got almost 250,000 views, which is huge, you know, huge. I mean, she won't make no money off of that, but it's huge, you know? So, yeah, so Elon is being sued. Maybe that's what I read. I could have swore, though, it was a media company. Media Matters. That's not it. That's old. I don't know. I mean, I see that he has been suing Media Matters for a while. It's still ongoing. It looks like Media Matters back in August of last year asked a federal judge to dismiss the charges, and the federal judge denied to do so. So he denied the request. So it looks like that lawsuit is still going. I don't know who Media Matters is, but it's a liberal advocacy group. And I guess he was the first one to start filing suit. And then it was Melania. Or no, then it was Trump. Then it was Melania. Then it was Carrie Underwood. Listen, Carrie Underwood is literally one of the least problematic people in entertainment. Let me tell you. Jealousy is a killer, man. So what happened was Carrie Underwood took on a contract to perform at the Trump inauguration. She is scheduled to perform at Trump's inauguration event, okay? The ladies on The View, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy, all them little evil women, they were sitting around talking about Carrie Underwood and poorly about her, and saying that, you know, she should have not took on this contract, not have sang at Trump's inauguration. First of all, put your political BS aside and think about the bigger picture. Do you know how much money she's going to make off of this? She has a family to feed. This is not about politics, Whoopi. This is about a woman trying to pay her bills. This is what she does for a living. She performs, she sings. Okay? So I just find it crazy that they turn everything into politics. Now, is she a Trump supporter? I'd be willing to bet that she is. Good for her. Good for her. At least she's one of the sane ones. So, you know, good for her. But they ripped into her. They talked poorly about her. And they made, like, allegations that were not true. They said stuff that could be taken out of context. And so I hope that she wins. And Melania, more than likely she'll win her suit. I mean, it's just crazy what they said about Melania and Trump's relationship. And these people have no idea what goes on in Melania and Trump's relationship. And can we all agree to stop listening to people who clearly have no idea? You know, they clearly have no idea what Trump and Melania's relationship is like. They're not in the room with them people. And let me just make sure, because there's been rumors all over line. The View. And I'm only seeing YouTube videos that are saying that, look, that's weird. So I'm only seeing YouTube videos. See how Carrie Underwood sues the host. Carrie Underwood sues the host. It's not anything coming up. Hold on one second. So I don't know if those rumors are true or not, because it's only YouTube videos. And then when I go and I watch the videos, there's nothing being discussed about the actual lawsuit. So allegedly. So what Burkhart said was support and why would Carrie Underwood support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon and wants to destroy this country? Who gonna tell her? Who gonna tell her that 8 to 10% of the prison population is actually innocent? Who gonna tell her? There's a lot of convicted felons out here that are innocent. I got misdemeanors on my record that are not even true. So who gonna tell her? I mean, you know, but it gives us insight. When they say this dumb stuff, it really gives us insight into the type of characters that these women have. And I'm sure that y'all, if y'all have ever saw The View, y'all know that they're evil. They're blatantly evil. And they sit there and they gossip about people. And they need to be going and finding their damn self-awareness. That's what they need to find. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a shit feeling. I'm about to have my period, girl. Like, I feel you. You know, something that I forgot to tell you guys is since I came off that suboxone, it's took, what, 2 or 3 months since I come off of it? Every month, it gets better and better. It definitely, psychologically, that suboxone changes something in your brain. It changes your brain chemistry, your something. I mean, it's heroin. Why am I so surprised? It's heroin. You know why? Because medical professionals give it to you. They actually fight over you as a patient when you're on suboxone and methadone. They fight over you. They want to get you in there. Hey, Brax Gray 59, congratulations. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that shit is rough. You know, do you feel different psychologically? Because I feel different psychologically. Like, my depression is not there. Like, and I'm the poorest I've ever been. Like, honey, it's bad. But, like, my depression is not there like it was. I have a better handle of my emotions. I have more patience. My mood is better. Even though financially life is, like, literally distraught, I'm able to just, like, hold it together better. And it seems like every month I'm starting to be able to map out my PMDD so that I can live better. Man. I used to smoke weed when I first got clean, but I stopped. Yeah, they fight over you. They want to get you on that Suboxone. They want to put you on that Suboxone because they know that you was spending hundreds of dollars a day on heroin. So why can't you come spend hundreds of dollars a damn week on Suboxone at the clinic or methadone? It's a screwed up system. Oh, going back to that guy. Hold on before I forget. Going back to the guy that was in court. So what happened is it looked like he was pulled over or something. He had a gun. He had cocaine. It sounds like he had brought the cocaine into the jail. He had drug paraphernalia. He had numerous felonies, numerous misdemeanors. It was his first appearance, and I could look at him and tell that crack cocaine was his drug of choice. Cocaine, whatever. Same difference, y'all. The only difference is heat and texture. So, you know, same drug, same chemical activity in the brain when you smoke it or when you snort it. Of course, it's going to be a stronger effect when you're smoking it, but it still has the same behavioral patterns that comes with the use. So, you know, when I looked at him, I could tell that he's suffering an addiction. Here's the problem with that when it comes to the court system. I was sitting in court thinking about this. Yeah, sure, you can offer people the opportunity to dismiss their charges if they, you know, let's say we came up with an innovative drug program. You know, I know most of y'all think that we have these, but I'm sorry, we don't. They just tell you that. Like they told you that we had money sitting in, you know, FEMA's bank account, honey. The government lies, okay? Court system lies. It's unfortunate. People lie. If we had a specific program that, let's say, this guy, let's use him as a prime example. Let's say we put him in a outreach program, an inpatient, some kind of outreach program to help addicts learn how to get jobs, how to apply for school, how to pay a water bill, how to even sign up for water. Y'all would not believe how many people that are stuck in the criminal justice system don't know these simple things, and they live a life of crime because they have to. They absolutely have to. If you don't know something, it's going to make life a lot harder. You have to know certain ways of life in order to function in life and have a happy life and a stable life. If nobody ever teaches you things, you just don't know. And a good portion of people that are in jail, they grew up with parents that were on drugs. They got on drugs, and then they started a life of crime, and it just snowballed, honey. And people like that have never had a fair opportunity in life. And if we had a program, let's say this guy could enter the program, has to stay there for maybe like a year. He has to pay to live there. He has to be either actively enrolled in school or working full-time. There needs to be conditions to the program. They have to pass drug tests. So think about like kind of like a halfway house, but geared towards the court system. And think about how much money we could bring in if we were making it mandatory for these inmates to pay fees to stay in the facilities like a halfway house. And after a year, and maybe a year or two of probation, those charges, and this could be like a one-time program type thing, and I'm just kind of winging it here, but this could be like a one-time, you know, maybe for people that have been in and out of the court system for years, set up kind of like a halfway house, but geared towards actually teaching people the tools that they need to get themselves stable in life, because I know that most people want to think that there's drug treatment facilities out here doing this hard work, but I can assure you that that is not the case. And I'm not saying that all rehabs are bad. I'm not saying all courthouses are bad and all cops are. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we absolutely have a broken system, and there's better ways to generate money. There's better ways to help people. And people that are in jail for drugs like this guy, they need to be given the opportunity to get clean if they want help. That's what I was thinking about, though. A lot of these people, they don't want help. They might say for a little while they won't help, and then they're going to be back out on the street smoking crack again. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's addiction. That's addiction. That's why I'm grateful that I'm here, honey, because a lot of us don't make it out, and I made it out, you know, and I'm grateful for that. And I just think that the guy absolutely should serve some time for that gun, but I think he should be offered rehab for those criminal charges, and upon successful completion, they should drop the paraphernalia and cocaine charge. The gun story, now I don't know if it was a firearm by a felon. I did not hear that. It sounded like it was obtaining, or it was it might have been a concealed weapon charge, which is even worse. Regardless, a gun is a gun, and it's not good. But what'll happen is he'll sit in jail for the next year approximately, and it might be longer than that because it'll be superior court. And he'll sit in jail, and then he'll be sentenced to prison. He'll go do his prison time. He'll get out, and he'll go back to smoking crack or snorting cocaine. Sorry, I'm from the 80s, honey. They was doing crack back then. So it's just sad because people deserve the opportunity to succeed if they want it. But that's another thing that, like I just said, a lot of these people, you could put these opportunities in front of them, And they truly wouldn't want them because they want to be an active addiction. Not everybody. That's something else I'm realizing. Not everybody is blessed with the gift of wanting to be sober. I knew I wanted to be sober from the moment that I started doing drugs when I was 18 years old. I didn't want to do drugs. I've never wanted to do drugs. And I fought like hell for almost 20 years to get clean. And I did get clean one time, and I stayed clean for almost a decade. And then I was wrongfully convicted of crimes that I did not commit in 2016. And I said, fuck it. I don't even want to live anymore. And, you know, people, places, and things are a huge thing, too. You start dating somebody that's got a drug problem, you're going to be back on drugs, too. It's just how the cookie crumbles. So it looks like the Biden administration is fighting this TikTok ban. Of course they are. The swamp wants to brainwash. That's what they do. Of course, and they're in cahoots with China. Let's not forget the Biden administration had shady business dealings with China. Remember, they received millions of dollars? It should be wild. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So it looks like the Biden administration looks for ways to keep TikTok available in the U.S. So the Supreme Court, actually, I told y'all a while back that they said that the Chinese-owned company, I think it's called like Dance Bite or something, they had to sell their company to an American company, or else they had to stop, or it would be shut down by, I think, Sunday. Sunday it goes into effect. So come Sunday, there will no longer be TikTok. And if TikTok ever wants to resume allowing people to view content, they'll have to sell it to an American. Also, Red Note has been blowing up, and I told you guys about this. It's like TikTok, but it's a different social, it's a Chinese social media platform. And I mean, listen, you can tell there's a generational difference in common sense, because these young people, they genuinely don't understand the scenario of what it means for Chinese propaganda to be pushed onto us. Like, they don't understand the bigger picture, you know? Like, most of us remember 9/11. Most of us remember, you know, when Japan dropped missiles in Pearl Harbor. Most of us remember that we're supposed to be frenemies with these countries. And most of us want the country to be ran in a way that protects all of us, especially when it comes to, like, for instance, our agricultural land, when China was purchasing our agricultural land. Absolutely not. Why are we allowing this? Who thought that was a good idea? And TikTok and Red Note, or whatever it's called, are the same way. It's like a generational difference. You know, us older folks, we recognize the implications that come behind allowing a Chinese company to operate in America, and specifically something that has so much power and control over people, because they're completely immersed in instant gratification. I mean, it's an addiction. This is past normal. It's an addiction. And, you know, I just feel like most of us that are of age, like adults, we recognize the danger in this. And the upcoming generation does not. And that's what's scary, because who's going to take over this country in 50 years? When I'm 80 years old, it's going to be the generation that's over here on TikTok shaking their butt. You know, it's just kind of scary. It's just kind of scary. I'm thinking about the long term, you know, the type of people we're dealing with, the youth that are coming up that are, you know, going to be in my position in, you know, X amount of years, you know. So it's just scary that people, and I would hope that nothing bad would ever have to happen for people to open their eyes. But as we're seeing with the wildfires in California, a lot of Democrats are on the news talking about how they'll never vote Democrat again. So sometimes it takes horrible things for people to kind of snap back to reality. I hope that it doesn't take something like that one day, because people need to realize this is not a game. So the fires are still raging. There's still a red flag. I don't even see anything that's recent. Hold on. I have seen that there was a whole list of people. There was a bunch of mugshots that came out. It was about 30 people. All of them, except for 2 or 3 of them, were in non-compliance with, what is it called, y'all? They had a curfew. The curfew. All of these people were in non-compliance of the curfew, so it was a bunch of people out. I don't know what they was doing. They was out past their curfew, honey. That's all you need to be doing, is just out your house past the curfew, and you can go to jail. They were all arrested, and then there was a couple of other looters that was arrested. Y'all, did y'all see the picture of the one house that was standing with all the other houses? So there was a picture of this big old, yeah, there it is. Look at this. Look at this. This is crazy. On a street that made it. It's concrete. That's another thing that we need to really hone in on. Why do we build paper huts? Why do we build paper huts? Seriously. I mean, even older houses, like my mama's house was bricked house, you know, and that thing was probably from the early 1900s. So, like, I don't understand why we build these shabby ass houses. That was very interesting to me, because that house is made of concrete. And there was another one that I saw as well. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. And you can clearly see that that is a concrete reinforced home. And look how close they were, too. Them flames, the flames from this house would have been blowing on that house. The flames from over here would have been blowing on that house. So, like, I think this needs to be a learning lesson when we start to rebuild. That's all I'm saying. You know, it sucks that materials have went up since COVID. I mean, drastically, to the point that it's damn near impossible to be able to afford to build a home anymore. I mean, you got to have some real money, okay? So, it's sad. But you look at places like, where is that? They got all them, like, is it called a moiter home? All I know is they got homes throughout England and everywhere else, y'all, that have been around for hundreds of years. Some of them are stone, and then they have another kind. I think, I can't think of the name of it, but I think it's called a moiter home, but I could be wrong. Ugh. Oh, yeah, they dropped people, Alan. Oh, and that was another conspiracy. They have been dropping people. Their insurance company had been dropping them for months prior to this fire. Y'all. Red roof house. No, it wasn't. They were, one of them, I couldn't even see the roof. They're so tall. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird how water. Those insurance companies dropping people right before the fire is like, we get married I take out an insurance policy on you, and then a week later I kill you. It's the same thing. You know? It tells a story. It tells a story. There are no coincidences in life. I don't know. I'm not saying they did it intentionally. I'm just saying they probably did it intentionally. Allegedly, in my opinion. That's funny. Oh, come on, buddy. And I was wrong. My paycheck is $409. I thought it was like $413 or something. No, it's $209. So it'll probably be like $350 after taxes or something. I guess, I don't know. I guess I'll pay my insurance with part of it. I'll pay my insurance and then they'll repo my car. You know what I mean? I've made a truck payment every single month. I got monetized on YouTube though, so thank you. And that's another thing. Because other people are financially irresponsible, I've had people say shit on my channel, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, you don't know what I spend my money on. And most of the time when I spend money, y'all are with me. Walmart, gas, food, butane. Hell, that was the main reason I stopped smoking weed. Well, that and being out on bond. I just didn't want to fuck around because I know how they are. So stupid. You know, honestly, the longer, you know, I've told you guys, I feel like marijuana is not that bad. And then I said that I didn't think it needed to be legalized. And the reason for that is because I know what it'll do. We already know what it'll do. It'll make the drug problems worse. That's what studies show. So unfortunately, even though I appreciate marijuana and I think that there's nothing wrong with it, unfortunately, science shows that it's absolutely a gateway drug. And it is. It was for me. It was for my older brother. And it was for every person that I know that ended up on hard drugs. So it is. There's no debating that. And actually, the younger you start smoking marijuana, the more propensity you have for harder drugs. The earlier studies show that you might start dabbling in other drugs. And that's why I don't think it should be legal. However, if it were to be legal, it would help me tremendously. For medicinal purposes, I've noticed that it can be used for stress, anxiety. And if you're anybody like me that stress is so bad that you physically cannot eat at times, it is a very handy tool to help you to be able to consume food in a high stress time of need. Okay? I do think that if we need to be regulating anything, it would be drugs and alcohol. And I'm talking about marijuana. I think that it could be beneficial if it was regulated properly. We could try to ensure that it wasn't getting into the wrong hands. And you can't always, you know, be certain of things. I don't know. My opinions are changing on it a little more, even though I know the statistical data. I would much rather someone use marijuana to help with their stress and anxiety than use Xanax. Anybody disagree with that? So, of course, there'll be some zany head in the damn comments. I love Xanax. It helps me function. Yeah, and I used to think suboxone was helping me stay sober until I got off suboxone. You know? Yeah, that shit's the devil. It's a money racket. It's a trap. They want to get all these ex-junkies on methadone and Subutex and Suboxone so that they can rake that money in, and they do, honey. If you show up to the clinic and you ain't got your $15 to dose, you just don't get your medicine. You're going to be sick as hell. Come on, damn it. Y'all, I've got to get coffee. I do not want to spend any money. I'm so poor right now. I've had $100 for or actually had $140, and I've been trying to hold on to it for like a week now since I got my headlight fixed, thinking that, something might happen. And you start going through it, I need gas, I need food. Had to just buy that Taco Bell. It went my $5. I mean, and that's penny pinching it, honey, and I got something for later. So, you try to do the best that you can, but this economy, man. I mean, even if I ate 3 times at Taco Bell, got that box 3 times a day, that'd still be $15 damn. It's and you can cook, but not when it's this cold. It's 36 degrees. My stove won't even start. Not to mention how painful that is out in this damn dry ass cool weather. So I don't know. I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. My tags ain't but $197. I had that $140 that I was holding on to, and now it's dwindled down to like $100, And it's like, damn, Jesus. Oh Lord, I wish he would have taught me how to damn break bread and multiply fish. Like, turn water into wine. I wish I could turn water into wine. I'd have a damn lucrative business, okay? And did he multiply fish or something, or did he multiply bread? I don't remember. Or did he not multiply anything? Am I tripping? I felt like he produced more than they had to feed a bunch of people. But listen, y'all know how long it's been since I've been to an actual Bible study? 20 years. It's been a minute. I'm surprised that I still remember the Bible verses, the Bible things in order. Matthew, Luke, John. Shit, that's it. I think it's like Corinthians 1, Corinthians 2. We had to memorize all of those for the Awanas program. I was in a Bible camp when I was a kid. I'm grateful for that now, honey. I'm grateful for that now. That's what I'm going to do this Sunday. I'm going to go to damn church. It's supposed to snow on Saturday. We can damn head south. I'll use the money I have to damn get out of here, because if I stay here, I'll freeze to death. I don't have the money to run the truck. I went through half a tank. Half a tank. I don't have the money to run the truck. So I've got to go somewhere warmer where it's not going to snow. Not anywhere too much warmer. It might be 5 degrees warmer. But just somewhere where there's not snow. Because I would really like to go to church. And hell, I have to check the weather there and see if it's going to snow there. And I told her I was coming last weekend, but it started snowing 2 or 3 days before. And I said, Lord. And I was also going through a small depression because of finances. I didn't know how I was going to get my headlight fixed. It was stressing me out. Gas. That's my largest expense. Even, I don't understand. It's because everything is so spread out here. You have to drive 30 minutes to find a bathroom. So I go through more gas being in this area. When I'm in Florida, everything is within a few mile radius. I can fill my tank up and probably only need to fill it up twice a week. It's $120 a week. That's a steal. I'm used to spending $500 a week on gas. It's crazy. And that's back when gas was at damn $4 a gallon. Let me be specific, where people are like, she's lying. No. I've lived 5 different fucking lives. Get on board. And that's the thing. That's another thing that I was noticing. The age on my following. A lot of y'all are in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, and I appreciate that. You get it. When I say, oh, I used to spend $500 a week on gas, the upcoming generation is thinking last week. Y'all know that I mean it could have been a year ago. Things in life are going to come and go. Okay? I don't even know how I can put this into words to kind of conceptualize it for myself. You're going to meet a lot of people. You're going to be in a lot of situations. You're going to have a lot of struggles. And things in life are going to fluctuate. And at times it's going to feel like, once you hit your 30s and you've lived a little, it's going to feel like, okay, I got to come up in here, girl. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're doing, but you got me holding up traffic, girl. She saw me, and then she stood in the middle of the sidewalk so I couldn't pull in. Take a wild guess at what she looks like. Lord. It's always the usual suspects, ain't it? She saw me, and she was on the phone talking, and then she decided she was walking down the concrete, okay? I got to pull in right here. This is where I'm going to be pulling in. She's walking down the concrete. She sees me. She stops where I'm about to pull in. I got a turn signal on. I got cars behind me, and she's on the phone talking, shuffling her feet back and forth. And then finally, I go like I'm going to pull in, and she scooches over like 2 feet to the left so I can pull in. I literally had to hop the curb to go around her. What is wrong with people, y'all? All right. I need to use the bathroom and I need coffee. So one good thing is with these things being taken care of, dismissed, it won't prevent me from being able to get an expungement. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, how are you? Good. Oh, Goodwill. Yeah. Everybody, they came from a Target brand, though.
Target brand?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a cafe latte, 12 ounce.
$3.91.
Awesome.
Hey, how are you? Guess what I have for you?
There we go. No problem. Oh, no, I didn't need one. It's fine. Awesome. Darn. Tent. Yeah, you're right about that, Salvador. Faith. I agree with you, Alexis. Absolutely. And that's the thing. You'll meet people that have more opportunities and resources than me, and they crap on them. And I'm just like, oh, God, you're crapping on your family right now. They want to see the best for you. I will say that I'm glad that my mama was not alive for all that stuff, because it would have killed her the way that I was behaving after she died. I guess I'm glad that they never had to witness me like that. You know, and it's crazy because I was never really like problematic. Yeah, I was clearly struggling. But all I really wanted is the same things that I want now. To go to school, to stay away from people that want to harm me, and people that do drugs. It shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard. But, you know, when most people in society that are in your social circles, it makes it a lot harder when they're behaving the same way that you were. And that's why people, places, and things are so imperative, because if you stick around, it's only a matter of time before you relapse. Dude, I recognize now how being in certain environments absolutely contributed to my drug use. You know what I mean? Certain people, certain environments, like, that's what I was trying to escape from. I recognize that now. Oh, God, that's good. How much was it? $3. I got school stuff to do. Is this working? Okay. Yeah, so we'll have to talk this afternoon. We're going to talk about that cop, the Scully guy. Dude, what a crazy freaking case. I just don't understand how people that are evil get into positions of power like that. But more often than not, people that are evil are striving to get into positions of power. It comes with the territory of being evil. You want power, you know? You know what I mean? Oh, anyways, I'm gonna run. I got heartburn, and I gotta get on the phone with the school, y'all. But we'll talk sometime this afternoon. That's all you wanted to, yeah. It's hard. It's so hard. People never understand. But all I can tell you is that it's probably best not to take advice from people who have not been in your shoes. They can never comprehend what you've been through. But I love you guys, and I'm praying for y'all, and pray for me, because God knows I need it. And I'm going to try to get on the phone. Bye, y'all.